Todd, Andrew, you know I respect the hell out of both of you. At different points over the last decade, you've served each as a friend, as a mentor, as a roommate, as an older brother to me. But more importantly, I know you respect the hell out of each other. You respect the similarities you see in each other. You're both incredibly generous, so smart, successful, very handsome. But you also respect the differences between the two of you. Schulte, you secretly love that deep intellectual curiosity and those Midwestern values that underlie Todd's occasional smugness. Todd, I know you secretly love that Schulte lacks any ability to hide emotions and value his ability to bring levity to literally any situation. As you two enter the next chapter of your relationship, I hope you remember that it wasn't just a mutual love, but a mutual respect that brought you here today. You guys are my favorite power couple. I love you both so much. And I hope you continue to respect your many similarities, but more importantly, those defining differences.
Wonder helps us notice and savor the goodness and beauty in others. The amazement that has led Andrew and Todd to this very moment, and we as witnesses are honored to celebrate. While you both are very unique, part of what binds you together is your reverence of both big and small wonders. The world and the cultures through your love of travel and your experiences, and the small ones, like the hidden subtleties you see and nurture in one another. Andrew bringing out Todd's carefree, adventurous side, infectious to all those around him, and his undeniable kind and sweet soul. Stop crying! And Todd bringing out Andrew's dynamic and exuberant passion for life and finding the perfect balance of honesty and vulnerability in his own affectionate way. You both represent what some of us are blessed to have found and what some of us yearn to experience. Together you take the time to value and experience wonders which fill you with awe. Cultivating habits of appreciating what is extraordinary and what is ordinary lead to beauty because it simply is, whether or not we understand it.
Humor is sort of a balancing agent used in life to produce amusement, ease tension, and create connection. It can come in the form of telling a joke, recounting a story, body language, or even just knowing what the other is thinking. Humor causes laughter, it brings out smiles, and it bonds people together. Humor helps us to pause and release the buildup of emotions and stresses of the day, and it's a reminder to just relax and feel joy in that moment. So having lived with Andrew and Todd for almost 4 years, I've seen how their shared sense of humor is very important to their relationship and how it's brought them very close together. All of you have too, I'm sure. But how they'll use humor to make light of a frustrating situation. Like, for instance, when all of Schulte's Amazon boxes are being stolen by thieves on the front stoop, we then package up some garbage and set a trap for the thieves, catching the act. Or how they'll use humor to spend quality time with one another, like your ritual of watching the latest Saturday Night Live together and laughing to it. Your shared sense of humor is so strong and so understood that you can make an awkward situation more comfortable just by looking at each other. Just like you are in this very moment in front of 130 sweaty people up here. They say that laughter is the best medicine, and if this is true, then it's with your shared humor that you'll have a lifetime supply of this. I love you both.
When I think about Todd and Andrew, the first image that comes to mind is a big, long table. Lots of people are seated around it. Todd is at one end, Schulte at the other. And we're deep in conversation, laughing often, comfortable, and ready to stay for hours late into the evening. It is this table that represents the virtue of community, the community that Andrew and Todd have created, and that so many of us here today benefit from. Over the years, Todd and Andrew's community has only expanded, collecting and combining friends from high school in Indiana, college homies from NYU, friends from Gap, Google, Yahoo, all over SF. The activities have shifted from Halloween parties and New Year's Eve's progressives to Hopland weekends with Edgar. The conversations have grown deeper, most of the time, and the support systems have also grown. Todd and Andrew, your ability to cultivate this rich community is what brings us all here today. Delighted to share in your celebration. As you enter marriage, I hope you'll never stop relying on all of us to support and care for you both, as much as we've come to rely on you. And I hope we continue to sit together at our big long table, however large it grows, laughing and talking for decades to come.
So guys, the virtue I chose is humility. And this one isn't going to be a walk in the park like Wonder. You've really got some work to do here. Only joking, obviously. This is a quality that I see in both of you as individuals and as a couple. So humility is the quality of being humble. It's knowing your self-worth while propping up each other and the loved ones around you. It's placing others' self-interest before your own. Todd, you're confident but never arrogant. You're as curious a person as I know. You know that you don't have all of the answers, making you a better friend, professional, and future soon-to-be spouse. As the glue that holds our group together, which you are, you're well aware of this, exemplified by how you intently, regularly set out to create one-on-one moments with all of us. Andrew, long ago you formed friendships of your own with Todd's high school crew, including me, who's clearly your favorite. It's not my virtue. Not that we made it easy, because we're close-knit, spread out, but even in bite-sized moments, you make an effort to learn about us and develop lasting relationships. Most importantly, as a couple, you both keep each other honest. You're quick to laugh at yourselves and with one another. You discuss and debate to learn, not to win. As you take this step, continue to ground one another as you let humility help form the foundation of your family.
Ever since I met Andrew, I recognize that he carries a little bit of magic with him. When you're around Andrew, suddenly everything feels special. Everything feels like it's a great adventure. It doesn't matter if it's a trip to Mary's grave in Port Jeff, a trip to Greece, or fighting over a brownie bowl at the Outback Steakhouse in Manhattan. I've always known that if Andrew's involved, it's just going to be more fun. And when I met Todd, as we refer to as Andrew's better half, I knew that Andrew and Todd had found the perfect person to share all of these life adventures with, from the mundane to the extraordinary. Amazingly calm, impossibly cool, insanely smart, very laid back. Todd is Andrew's perfect adventure seeker and the best husband and partner for the biggest adventure of all. Building a life together, blending family and friends, creating a new family with a great sense of adventure to make it all happen.
Todd, among the many gifts of being your older brother is the chance to see you grow. You've shown me that personal growth is not inevitable, but actually intentional. And you have not only a willingness to grow, but a love for it. And I think it's because you lived your life marked by openness. And you've chosen someone in Andrew who shares that openness. You each have opened yourselves to the world and chosen to let it make you kinder, gentler, stronger, and more empathic. And the world doesn't have to work that way. But you help each other and those you share your life with to remain open to life's many joys.